Peace and Black Power family. This is Brother Sarnetta, the House of Consciousness, HOC Street DVD, and we are here to present a sister that's going to bring some powerful information and enlightenment to our people. She goes by the name of Madam Butterfly. Madam Butterfly, introduce yourself to the people and proceed on with your lecture.
Hello everybody, I'm Madam Butterfly. Basically I do sex education. I teach the female all about her body. I teach the male about his body. I teach about erotic sexual positions. I teach about ancient cultures and ancient way of living, things we done in Africa that came to America that's been tainted and as far as looked upon as being a negative or a bad. Your sexuality is your nature. We were actually taught to learn how to carry our sexual energy, how to be sexy. We actually prepared our energies to be married, you know, to the king. So you have to get to be very beautiful. But my whole point of today is I wanted to talk about the power of the body. I wanted to talk about body fluids. I want to go from the menstruation blood to urine to disease, and basically these are the subjects that I wanted to talk about. As a woman today, can you tell me what your menstruation blood is? Can you tell me what it is besides just blood that come out? Do you know what it is? Do you know what your menstruation blood is as a woman?
When you don't get pregnant, the uterus starts.
Well, okay. Well, basically, she can't hear me, but really, let me tell you what menstruation blood is for a woman, and a lot of men probably don't know either. But menstruation blood is vitamin A for the eyes, vitamin B for the skin, vitamin C for all disease, vitamin D for the bones, vitamin E for fertility, vitamin P. Vitamin P is the natural hypnosis of the bloodline. That is in all meat. That means anytime you eat meat, anything that got blood in it, it has an addiction to it. If you ever been a meat eater and you try to get on meat, you will actually go through cravings trying to get off of it. Your body will actually go through, wanting it. So basically it's the same thing. If they say, like back in the day, never drink or suck up a woman's menstruation blood. But basically, they say don't do that because it will have him strongly attracted to you. Well, it is true because of the vitamin P. It also has vitamin G that grows the hair, and it has vitamin K. Vitamin K is the natural antibiotic of the bloodline. That means it cures all disease. Now, a lot of people don't want to face this situation, but I don't know if you guys heard on the news recently where they're talking about they have the cure for people to be or to live to be 300 and 400 years old. Have you heard that recently on the news? Well, basically, people back in the Bible lived to be 800 biblical days, 800,000 years old, and it was basically through the power of the menstruation blood. Did you ever see in vampire movies where they're sucking the blood? Or they suck in the blood, they get eternal life? Did you also see in movies and vampires where they're sucking the blood to live immortal? Did you also see that Christians drink the fake blood of Christ? So everything is symbolic. The woman, you carry the womb of life, and basically your blood is powers, but a lot of women has been, I take them all back to, it's just women have been denied from everything. They've been denied from all history. They've been denied as queens. They've been denied as goddesses. They've been denied of their powers. They've been denied of everything, and they were actually killed and tortured. So basically now we're following man, and this is a war that came about thousands, over 6,000 years ago, and the war was between man and woman, and basically man said, you know what? Before we eat of your blood and live to be 800 years old, we would drink the blood of animals. You know, Noah, he took the two animals and mated them. Okay, so he said we would drink the blood of animals and surely our days will be shortened. And he said before we drink of your breast milk, we would make sure that all babies suck the breast milk of animals. He said before you empower yourself through your hair locks, through your locks, because your hair is antennas. It basically takes in energy. Before we do that, we will perm it out. So basically, it's so much about the woman and her powers that she don't know about, and sexuality is one. That's just a little bit about the menstruation blood. I don't tell people to go around drinking that menstruation blood, but the government and the world society has built what you call fear. So as long as you fear yourself, law of attraction says you cannot receive anything that belongs to you. You cannot empower yourself. You cannot become empowered. So the other thing I want to touch base on is urine. Anybody ever heard of urine therapy at all?
Yes.
Okay, urine is been considered a waste, but it's not a waste. You can look it up, urine therapy. Basically, a lot of people have been cured. It also cures a lot of diseases, infection. It cures just about 99% of all disease, too. So this goes way back to all the ancient things that we used to do that's considered nasty or taboo. But believe it, what are the first two things that when you go to the doctor, what are the first two things that they ask you for?
Urine.
They ask you for blood and they ask you for urine. This is what they're making all the real medicines out of. But they're giving people drugs that kill you. There's no such thing. I don't know if anybody ever heard of this. There's no such thing as AIDS or HIV. Nobody ever died from AIDS or HIV. AIDS this is what AIDS stands for. Americans, specifically Africans who are innocent, drug addicts and sissies, because that is who they attack based on their story, okay? When they attack that AIDS, what they do is, first of all, if you're just totally unaware and you live in fear, if I tell you right now I'm a doctor and you believe me that you're dying, automatically you will start to die, just the fear and thought of fear. The second, let me tell you, the second thing that kills you is the medicine. The medicine actually eats up your organs so they cannot be replaced. So therefore you think that you die from disease. This is called government legal murder. They have to murder people because America, especially America, will be overpopulated. Now think back, ever since we were children, they always scared us from Africa. I mean, we were scared to go to Africa just from the pictures. And now it's about disease. You can, first of all, when you go get an AIDS test, they're not testing you for disease at all. They're testing your T cells to see if it's high or low. Do you know you can eat a sandwich, stand out in the sun, and your T cells will go up? So basically, you need to know that it's like a high blood pressure test, and you can have it one day and not have it the next. So basically, they're not checking you for disease. All disease is curable. There's not one disease that's not curable. I have cured many diseases. I've cured herpes with urine. I have done all kind of energy readings. I've done Reiki, basically where I send energy in, take everything out, clean it out. There's so many natural ways to cure, but there's no such thing as disease. See, if you're curing disease in your body will act as though it would. Oh, I'm fearing this person. Let me put on a rubber piece. Not saying that you can't catch disease, but I'm saying disease is one word, bacteria. That's it. Bacteria in the body. That's all it is. High levels of bacteria, low levels of bacteria. All bacteria is curable. They just give it different names. Think back. Oh, it wasn't even 50 years ago when thousands of people were dying from syphilis. They did a movie on it. All these people were dying from syphilis and it was a cure. That was the AIDS back then. All these people died from TB. It was a cure. All these people died from cancer. It was a cure. So now today is the AIDS. It's the same thing. They just give it, they do the same thing over again, but they give it a new name. So basically nothing has changed. And then I wanted to get into women that sleep in panties. If you start to feel pain in your cervix areas because you shouldn't sleep in underwear. My eyes are drying out. Yeah, you shouldn't sleep in underwear because it does cause cancer. I just wanted to let you know that much. And basically it needs to breathe. Your womb needs to breathe, okay? Your everything in there needs to breathe. So basically that's what I wanted to say about the power of menstruation and urine blood. And that's what they're taking the blood and giving it to people to make them live to be 300 years ago, and 300 years old now. Guess who they charging? You, for your own blood. You go to the hospital, give them their blood, and when you have your baby, I'm going to prove it to you, they keep that placenta. They keep all of that blood. The placenta is holy. The Bible says that you're unholy, but you're holy. Everything about you, your whole blood is holy. You're not unholy, you're not unclean, you're holy. So basically, that in that placenta, think about it, the baby doesn't eat your food that comes through your stomach. The baby sucks your blood to get life. That's what brings the baby forth. But basically, when they keep the placenta, they make medicines. If you start looking on the back of all your hair product, just start picking up the hair product and different things that cause growth. You'll see 99% of everything has placenta in it. So as you going around giving your womb to the world, you making the world go round through your round because of your womb. And don't get it twisted. When you go to the restroom, everybody, they got big sewer tanks that come, hook up the sewer, they run it through a machine and put it back out in the fertile because it takes us to reproduce us. Everything takes itself to reproduce itself. So basically, back to urine. Urine is basically, you ever heard of a snake having venom? Okay, when a snake bites you, it's poison. That's what they consider your urine to be, a waste, something that can hurt you and harm you. But if you inject it back in you, if you take the venom that just poisoned you and you can die from in seconds, shoot it back in you, it will cure you. So that's basically where your urine is. No reason for people to be dying from no kind of diseases, because every disease is curable. But it's a multi-billion-dollar business to keep you in fear, keep you from yourself, keep you from the truth and knowledge, because that's how they get ahead. So if you ever sick, I just gave you the remedies. There's nobody should be dying in the streets of New York from AIDS. That's just a way to literally destroy people. And I just wanted to touch on, later on, I'll be touching on your power of your sexuality a little bit later, how to use it, how to embrace it, and what it's for. I just want to touch a little bit on men while you're standing here. I want every man to know that you should not be coming through your penis at all. Every man should not be, unless you are trying to bring forth another human being. This is my CD. It's called Erotic Poetry Night. What it is really an audio porno. It's made to rise your sexual energies. As a woman and a man, to get to the point of multiple orgasm, you need to rise your sexual energy. That means you need to play with one another, love with one another, embrace one another, to rise the sexual energy up, and this is a tool to help the rise to the point of multiple orgasm. What happens, men, you are still coming. Don't get it twisted. You are still coming, but you're coming internally, giving the life back to you, giving the energy back to you. You're more energetic, you're not tired. But when you come through your penis, you can only get about a good 4 times if you're really good and you're really youthful. By the time you get 45, your penis will start going down. It will be harder and harder to get it up because you need to come eternally. Now, you need to have multiple orgasms inside as a woman and man. Now, the most beautiful thing about all of this is that once you get to the point of multiple orgasm, you can then focus thoughts, anything that you desire, while you're building your sexual energy, doing love making with yourself or with someone. You send the energy up to your third eye chakra, hold the thought of what you desire, and it takes time to get there. But your sexual energy will actually pregnate your thoughts and bring your thoughts forward. So that's the power of your sexual energy. It takes time to get there, but it's, just think about it. It's so powerful to bring each and every last one of you here to be standing here. It took a vagina and it took a penis to meet to make you. That is the vortex. That is the way. So basically, it creates all life, not just another human being, but that's just how powerful it is. So it can definitely pregnate your thoughts and bring it forward. So I just want to leave y'all with that little valuable information. If anybody have any questions, I can definitely.
Any questions? Anybody? Come on now.
Wow, I've never heard it so quiet.
But sister, now you talk about the blood.
Yeah.
What's the process for the blood to regenerate itself?
It's already regenerated. The menstruation blood.
I said in our bodies. What is the process for the blood? Because there's a lifespan for red blood cell, white blood cell, platelets, and all that. What is the process in the body?
Okay, well, let me just tell you this. I'm talking about strictly the woman's menstruation blood and her blood in the placenta. Men do not have that. They don't carry the womb of life. So that's why it's so important. That's why they give Medicaid for all these women to go have their babies free in the hospital. They keep the world go round. The poor people make the world go round. It's no reason for nobody in America to be poor. I'm just going to tell you something. If there's anybody who ever went to work to get a check or work fair, let me tell you something. Work fair, do you know how much the government pays for one child in daycare? The government pays $80,000 per a child a year for daycare, which means you almost spending $400,000 a year if a mother of 4 children on daycare for you to go work a minimum wage job or under minimum wage job. There's no reason for nobody to be poor. Everything is set up in systems to keep the rich richer and the poor poor. It's set up like that. But I didn't want to get off the subject of the blood, but I just want to let you know, men do not carry the blood of life. The woman do.
So my sperm does not have the blood of life when it's 23 chromosomes?
No, I didn't say anything about sperm. Women should never swallow your sperm. Well, what I'm trying to tell you is that I don't see people drinking sperm.
You said the men don't carry.
No, I said the blood of life is the sperm. I said the blood of life as far as the womb and what the blood
You
does.
said that the sperm is not the blood of life?
No, it's not the blood of life.
So my
Sperm is the creation of life. But
so my sperm is not in the creation process of
oh,
blood?
absolutely. No. I'm just saying your sperm creates life.
Okay, so it's not the blood of life?
It's not the blood of life. No. That's what men want us to believe. need.
No,
That's part of what meant.
If it takes 23 and 23 to make 56, right? And when you have a mother and father, some can look like the father, some can look like the mother, right? So you saying that in me, I don't have the blood of life? If that's the case, then a woman don't
do you
need
have
me.
menstruation? That's all I'm saying.
No, I'm just saying.
Do you bleed blood from your vagina? That's all I'm saying.
Sister, my point
We're saying two different things.
What I want to get to the point is this. What you said was an excellent point, and I'm not here to argue with you.
Right.
I'm saying that what you said was powerful about the blood and the urine, okay? But all I'm getting to the point is for the people to understand is that the blood goes through a regenerative process. Every 30 days, red blood cells regenerate.
Yeah.
White blood cells take a little longer, okay? The precursors for blood to regenerate starts with nutrition.
Okay.
And if we continue to eat foods that are not pro us as Aboriginal people, then the blood that we have generating in us is going to continue to keep us in a sick state. But until we change the precursors that create the blood, when it goes through its regeneration process, then we can elevate the vibration of the blood.
Right.
And we can do exactly what you're talking about. So all I'm saying is that this step is key. That it's nutrition that we must elevate so that our blood and our germ line will increase so that we can do the healing that you're talking about. Because if all I eat is McDonald's, all I eat is drink Fanta sodas, drink these things, and I'm trying to take that type of blood to cure myself, it's not going to be effective if I give myself the proper nutrition.
Let me tell you
to
this.
create that.
The menstruation blood is pure. So no matter what you eat, it still comes back pure. It's just like your urine. No matter what you eat, it's just like your urine. No matter what you eat, it still comes back.
I can eat anything.
It still comes back pure.
I can eat anything.
I'm not saying that it don't play a health factor, but I'm saying that there's a process that takes place to clean out all of those things in your urine and clean out all of those things when she has her menstruation. So it's a process that the body naturally goes through to clean those things before it actually comes out. So no matter what you eat, no matter what you do, it's still a filter it goes through to clean the process out. So, which is something I can get into a little bit later.
So nutrition is not a factor.
Nutrition is a factor, but not to a factor where your blood becomes impure through the menstruation and where it becomes impure through your urine. So, yeah. But yeah.
May I ask you a question?
Sure. My question to both of you.
Hold on, Julian. Let her. She want to piggyback on that.
For both of you. So what you're saying pretty much is that the menstruation blood is pure. Well, what you're saying is that I'm trying to.
What he said, he's right. It goes through a process where it can become a.
But you're saying that the menstruation blood doesn't need to go through the process of the rest of the blood that's in the body.
I'm saying no. That's not what I'm saying. No, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is when it gets to the point of what he's talking about, the body, when you get ready to come on your menstruation monthly, it goes through a filter and cleaning process to clean out what he's talking about. So it becomes pure, just like urine does. So it holds it sucks in everything that you eat, and it absorbs the nutrition and the vitamins and everything, and it filters out everything else.
But if you don't eat vitamins, if you don't eat food that comes with that, how are you going to get it?
See, let me just tell you this. I don't care what you eat. Feces reproduce the world. I don't care what it is. Like I just told you, it's a big sewer tank that come up. I don't care what you eat, and take all the feces, all the urine, and go back and fertilize it back out into the lands. So basically what I'm trying to tell you is, it's not waste, it's reproduction. So you can do your research as far as reproducing the world. You can eat everything. A cow can eat anything, and that cow maneuver is still gonna work to fertilize the land.
The land is sick. The earth is dying. The trees are sick. The water, acid rain. Everything. It's not that the earth is healthy. So if you're eating unhealthy, putting it back into the earth, you have an unhealthy earth as we do right
You know what? That's a whole nother subject. All I can only talk about is what I know. But as far as eating, that's a whole nother subject that I would get into, a little bit later. But from what I know, it's a filtering process to clean out your body.
All right, brother Julian.
May I ask you a question? My question.
Back limbs, definitely.
All right, what I want to say is the sister is not saying that eating healthy is wrong. She know eating healthy is right. What she's saying is that does not taint the purification of the blood that's coming out. She's saying that still does not change that, but she know eating healthy is very important. She knows that. Yeah. ahead, sister. Anybody else with questions?
How you eat it?
Go ahead. Say that again?
Yeah.
That's a whole nother class. I was going to
Yeah, because
Yeah, that's a whole nother thing.
how you gonna eat healthy?
You know what? That's a whole nother subject.
That's for his class.
Yeah, that's
you gotta
for
wait
his
for
class.
Paul class. He
Yeah,
gonna
that's
do
Paul
that.
class.
What we dealing with now, let's deal with the laws of attraction.
Okay, the laws
Let's talk
of
about
attraction.
the laws of attraction. Check this out.
Yes.
Is it very important for the black woman to really understand who she's about to lay down and have sex with? Because once that penis into the womb of her vagina, what comes out is intelligence, energy, whatever you're thinking about is going up inside of you. What are you creating?
Absolutely.
Talk to us about
It's called
that.
sex magic. We do sex magic every day. We do sex magic every day. And basically, the way to all life is the woman's womb. So whenever she lies with any man, it's all energy going forth. Even his thoughts, everything go forth into the womb. And the womb brings life out, whether it's a physical person, whether it's pure energy or whatever it's feeling, or whether it is your own thoughts itself, your own desires itself. The womb gives birth to all things. So it is important to know who you're mating with, especially sexually, because everything that he carries is still in you. You carrying out the energy just through your vibration and who you are. But my whole point of law of attraction is that it's so important. It's so important to know who you are, because law of attraction is like this. Your body, your inside is a big magnet. It is a magnet. However you feel is what you're going to attract. Religious teaches you to suppress your nature, and one of them is sexuality. If you don't go through these different stages that you may not even get to in life, but if you suppress your sexual energy, your sexual nature, you then become depressed. And when you're depressed from suppressing your nature, you then can only attract people or relationships that depress you, because you're depressed inside. So basically, law of attraction is however you feel inside is what you're going to attract. It is a whole big universe out there, and it's so much that we can attract if we line ourselves up with feeling it. You know, we got to line ourselves up with feeling it, not only believe it, but feel it. And when we feel it, we would attract it. So basically, it's very important.
Because, you know, I mean, you're talking about the vibration that you have all
Energy.
energy coming from you, right?
Yes.
So, do you know how you get that energy from? Do you know? Yes.
Yeah,
Where it come from?
The source itself. Let me just tell you this.
No. You said it comes from the universe, right?
Yes.
So you are part of a universe,
Yes,
right?
absolutely.
If you're part of a universe, you receive energy from the universe because you're element of the universe.
Right, there's different
Okay?
layers. Go
Yeah.
ahead.
So that energy that you get from the universe,
Right.
do you feel it or do you? I don't know how you, because you said
Yes, you feel it right now. I don't want to like switch the subject, but I'm highly psychic. I can look right at a person and tell who's getting sex. I can look right into your body and see all of your sex organs. I can look right into you and tell you what you need and what you do need. But that's psychically. I'm pulling the psychic energy
No.
down.
But because
I'm pulling the psychic energy down from a higher vibration. You know, it's still coming from you because your energy is coming from you. I'm reading it coming from you, but I'm pulling the energy down. I'm pulling the energy down from the source because there's so much that goes on out in the universe. And basically everything is connected. I'm pulling it from you, up, from you, up, from you, up. So if you want...
right, you're right. So I do accept that. But the point that I do not accept, you feel it because you have a power to feel it. But could I feel it?
Can you feel the
Yeah.
law of attraction?
Yeah.
Absolutely. And
How?
I'm going to give you an example how you feel it.
How?
Have you ever been in a relationship?
Of course, yeah.
Okay. The woman that you were in a relationship with, and I do this all the time, this is my relationship therapy. What was it that you absolutely could not stand about the person, no matter how much you love?